Hey, welcome to a quick look at the lineup. My name is Brad, and I'm really excited to show you this awesome, super awesome, fun game. So this is a super fun game to play, super fun game to watch, and it's a blast to host. So we think you'll enjoy it. But before we get into it, it's a simple game. You get two teams of four, five, or six. You bring them up, and you just give them a number, and they have to line up in that order. The first ones to line up wins. That's the whole game. Give them a number, first one line up gets the points, whoever's got the most points wins the game. So super easy. Let me just show you real quick what it's gonna look like. Now, this is an older version of the game before we put the timer on there. But you can see this is the basic idea. Two teams of five. You're gonna give them a number. So you see it flips over, shows them the number. And they just have to line up. First team to do it wins. They're boom, right there, right side. They just got some points because they were the first ones to do it. So that is the lineup. Super fun, super easy, super great. So let me just jump in and I'll show you how we're going to play this. So this is, I'm on a Mac laptop, and so I've got an HDMI cable coming out of here going into a secondary display. And so you set that up just like you would like a presentation software. So you connect your secondary computer or secondary display, TV, projector, whatever you want. And then your system preferences, you're gonna make that extended display. So on a Mac, it's turn off mirroring. On a PC, extended display. So you'll see two separate desktops. And when you do that, then when you hit the on or off button right here, you'll see that's just my desktop on the computer behind me. And then so I've got, this is display number 1 on my laptop, and display number 2 is back there. So when I click this on, boom, it pops up right there. So that's how you set it up. Super easy. We're ready to play. So now I'm gonna just drop down here real quick, and I'm actually gonna quit the game real quick and show you something. When the game first launches, it's got a really cool setup here. So I'm just gonna turn this back on, drag this back into place, and you're gonna see when the first things you're going to see is this yellow arrow. Whenever you launch, you're going to see the yellow arrow, and it's just going to pick team size. And you can pick either 4, 5, or 6. Now, the reason we did that is because you can, for the longest time, this game was always 5 players. But we had some people who said, you know, we want as many people on stage as possible. So can we have 6 players up there? Like, yeah, sure. So, and also LineUp has 6 slots. So we thought, okay, we can do up to 6. And some people are like, hey, we want to do fewer people. Like, we have a smaller group, and we don't have a stage big enough for that many. So we thought, well, what if we get it down to 4? 3, that's too small. You can't really play the game with 3. But so the options are 4, 5, or 6. And the reason we have to select that every time is because if you have 6 players up there, but you have only 4 options showing up, 2 people aren't playing. And if you have 6 people playing, but only 4 options, 1, 2, 3, and 4, then 2 people, 5 and 6 are never going to get called on. So that way you have to select and make sure you get the right number of players for how many people are on the stage. So we're going to go to the 5 default. That's a long explanation. Now we get to the fun stuff. Okay. So next we're going to work down here to the next option, and that's the update clock. And so what happens is you'll see that clock. That's the new thing that we've added to this version of the lineup. The clock that's playable time. So if right now it's got 30 seconds, that's playable seconds. So whenever you stop, whenever you show a number, the clock will start, and then whenever they get it, we'll stop the clock. And so the game does it all for you. But that way, that 30 seconds, that could be like a 10-minute game, but they're only going to have 30 seconds of playable. And what that feels like, that timer adds tension to the game. It also, I'll show you here in a little bit, it's also the score changes as it goes around. So we'll show you that in just a second. So you make that whatever you want. I wouldn't go much over, once you go beyond 60, that's a really long game, and anything less than 15, that's a pretty quick game. So 30, good times. So update the clock. Next we have save names. And so what you can do is you can adjust names here. Like I've got team name, I'm gonna go Team Brad. So as soon as I select it, you're gonna see the screen grays out, it's got the big yellow thing. Brian did a great job. He put these extra little overlays so that you can't mess anything up. So I'm going to go Team Brad, and we'll go Team Brian. And you can see it's grayed out, and then when I hit save names, go away. The reason that we have the that lockout system is because whenever you're typing, the keyboard's actually got listeners, because we love you guys, and there's people always asking, can we have keyboard shortcuts? So yes, the lineup has keyboard shortcuts. So you can see right here above where it says correct, the keyboard shortcuts. The keyboard shortcut for correct for the left team is a 1 or the left arrow key, and the team for the right is the number 2 or a right arrow key. So if you have affordable buzzers, you can use the 1 or 2, or you're on the keyboard 1 or 2, or if you got a Stream Deck, you can use a macro to program to either one of those. So then what's fun is the space bar will then start and stop the clock each round. So you can only hit the space bar left or right, space bar left, right, space bar left, right, and you got the whole game right there until it's time to announce a winner. So that's it. So that's pretty much how the whole game works. And then I'll show you the clear buttons and the winner button here in just a little bit. But let me just show you how you work the game. So you get, hey everybody, Should I play the music? Oh yeah. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to hit the logo music up here. So you hit the logo music. Whoa, it's a little bit loud. So we use those sound effects sliders. You can bring that down a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome to the lineup. We got 2 teams. Let's meet everybody. Team 1, this is, hey, what's your name, where you're from? You go down, always hosting tip, always be curious about your players, get to know them, because the crowd, that's how you help them connect. All right, Team 2, what's your name, where you from? Go through there. The names are in there. They're all set, ready to play. All right, who's ready to play the lineup? All right, here we go. First time up. Let's start the lineup. All right, the first team to get in this order, 314. At this point, they would all step up, hold up their signs, and the first one to do it, you'd hit stop. The little clock. All right, stop now. We stop the clock, and then you got a chance to judge. Who was it? Was it left or was it right? If it's close, ask the audience. Have them vote. And at the end, make a decision and keep on going. But let's say for that one is Team Brian. Good job. And then once that's done, it will reset the game. Or reset the clock or the flippers back to lineup. And you just for the next round, you hit start. And you'll see the clock is at 10. And as it goes around, it's going to start. It'll go around, and once it crosses the first third of the game is worth 10 points. But now you get into the second quadrant or the second third of a section. That is now the points are now worth 20 points. And so say who got it left or right. Let's say the left team got it. And so what that does is you'll notice that in the next section the points are worth 30. So even if the team is far behind, they're able to catch up pretty quick. So let's start that clock again. And you'll notice that whenever it flips over, you got some time as a host to read it out. So 543. And we give a little beat there of where it's kind of quiet and the clock hasn't started yet, so you can say it real loud and clear to them. And then once they get it, they'll get all lined up. You hit stop. You go, oh my gosh, who was the right team? Good job. So now we're down to 20 points. But this last one's worth 30, so it's anybody's game at this point. So it's we like that the points going up like that, because even if you're losing, you feel like you can come back towards the end. So, all right, so here we go. Last round, possibly. I don't know how fast it's gonna go. All right, let's see who's gonna win. Okay, so it's 5,241. So you'll see sometimes it's all the digits, sometimes it's fewer digits. It changed up quite a bit. They're running around. If they're having trouble getting it, you'll see time will run out. So even when time runs out, the game's not over yet. You'll hit stop. And then at that point, then you can hit correct on whoever won. So I'll say this team won. And there you go. If at this point the game's over and you would declare a winner, if it's a tie, this is kind of fun. Let's just say that the score was tied. I did that. There's little edit buttons right here. So if you do need to get some points, you can. But if it's tied up and I click winner, there's a little thing that says resolve the tie. So if it's a tie, you just play one more round, because you know the next round is going to win. But let's just say there wasn't a tie. It's 50-40, and then I can just hit winner. And now all of a sudden, super cool fireworks. All right, good job, Team Brad. You guys are the winners today. Good job over there. And now I'm just going to also show off. Remember that we have an alpha background? Check it out. That alpha background actually works with the fireworks as well. That's super cool. Just for y'all are new to the game, alpha background lets you turn off the background. It shows the wallpaper behind or your desktop or anything that's behind the game, so you can customize the look. So if you've got a logo or a color scheme or a graphic you want to use to customize the look of the game for your event to make it feel really custom, clients dig this, just so you know. Clients dig it. All right, so I'm gonna turn that off. So now across the bottom, we got some sound effects sliders, some music sliders. So if you don't like our music, just turn the music slider down, play all the music you want, but then you can still use our sound effects if you want. So that's the whole game. Oh, but there's one more thing. This is really fun. Okay, remember you could select either 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Or sorry, you could select either 6 players, 5 players, or 4 players. Okay, one of the reasons is because of this button right here. Okay, this is the super fun button. This is actually the first round, when you first play for the first time, this is a super fun button to use. So right now we have 5 players up there. And now if you'll remember, when we show this other highlight, the people playing are facing the crowd. They can't see the screen. They don't see the numbers behind them. The audience, though, when it flips over, the audience can clearly see what the numbers are. So when you say 431, they see that, and they know what that is. And so you can see easily what they're supposed to do. So if I click this number right here, it says it is 54,321. When you hear that, when you hear 54,321, it sounds like a lot of numbers and people start scrambling around. But when you first start the game, you're going to start them in the order 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they're in that order. So all they have to do is step forward and hold up their number, and they win that round. The audience sees that, and then they start dying laughing. They're trying to explain, they're yelling to, and people are running around. And when they get it, it's a great way to start the game. So if you have 4 players, then that number, I'll go ahead, correct. We're gonna reset the clock real quick. If you have 4 players, you'll see it says 4, 3, 2, 1 right there. And if you have 6 players, it's 654,321. And if you have 5 players, then it's 54,321. So that number changes, but it's a great way to do the first round when they're first up. So you start off, line them up in order, play that button, everyone laughs. It's a great way to get into the game and have a whole lot of fun. So anyway, that's the lineup. I love this game. It's super fun to host, super fun to play. We think you guys have a blast with it. So if you have any questions, let us know. But until then, I guess we'll just see you. I'm trying to think of a fun way to end it. Is the wind cycle a better way to end? Or I'll just play logo music. Just logo music. All right, that'll work. Hey, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. We love making games. We love helping you have a whole lot of fun with your crowds. So go be awesome, and we'll see you next time. I hit the wrong button. Dadgummit. And we'll see you next time.